Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning. Good afternoon and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in good spirits. Real talk. I'm hoping this show finds you in great spirits. Because why? Another day above the earth is a gosh darn blessing. Okay, guys. And yes, you know, we're taking a little bit of a break from all the true crimey stuff that's been populating and percolating out here in these streets as of late. A little break from the Diddy situation. We will be talking about some Diddy stuff a little bit later on this afternoon. I guarantee you that. But I did cover a bunch of stuff and then some on the second channel before I hopped on here. So please be sure to check that out. And of course, I'll send you guys another reminder here in just a little bit. But we're here to bring some awareness, guys. Let me just say this. We are here to bring some awareness. I think this is very important. Okay, we are, there is something going down south right now. Things are popping off down south. And I think it's really, really important that we are all very, very savvy of what's going on, because let's be real. Life is a lot better with you guys in it. So I'm bringing this update, letting you guys know what's going on. I'm going to keep an eye on everything that's popping off right now in these streets. I promise you that. But I did want to bring some awareness to you guys and let you know what did want on right now. It is something that we all should be, we should all give a damn about and be aware of, because this is some serious stuff. Okay. So again, appreciate all y'all for being here. The intro music's still back on because we still got to do this. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Do what it do. Let those likes speak for themselves. Because here's the thing. The more we talk about it, the more likes this video gets, this live gets, the more it can get out there for people who don't know what's really going on and how serious this ish really is. So please do me a favor, hit that like button down below, crush it, do what it do, hit that reaction button if you're watching on the TikToks or if you're watching anywhere else like Rumble, okay? Please be sure to show some love and do that, okay? Hit that like button, hit that reaction button. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok, follow me on Rumble, follow me on all the other platforms as well, okay? Don't forget to subscribe to my main channel here on YouTube, but of course, go to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. I'm giving you guys updates as the day goes on, so on and so forth, in shorter formatted types of shows. So please go to the Pascal Show Clips. Go check it out. Show some love. Let's not forget, hit that join button down below. Become a member. Support the channel if you can. I got those roses going on up above on the TikTok. Show some love if you can. Okay, if you want to support even further, go check out Patreon. Patreon.com/The Pascal Show. I'm on Locals as well. Same thing, locals.com/The Pascal Show. And you can go check out my merch page, pascalmerch.com. Go check it out. We got some really great hoodies like these, handcrafted hoodies, t-shirts, etc. Go check it out. If you like this, it's available on pascalmerch.com. Okay? All right, guys, we got to get into this. We got some things we have got to get into. It has been absolutely crazy over the past couple days. Things have been percolating out there in the Gulf, okay? And we've all been wanting to know what's going on, right? What's going on? Is it something that we should be really worried about? So on and so forth. We just had Hurricane Helene, I think it's Helene, okay? We just had that happen just a second ago, and now we're back in another situation where we got Hurricane Milton. Damn, what an ugly name. No offense to anybody who's named Milton, but man, Hurricane Milton. Ain't that something? As now we are starting to understand and hear that thousands are fleeing Florida right now as we speak. Literally, highways are at a bumper to bumper. Literally, it's a parking lot on the interstate right now. Cars are running out of gas because they're just sitting there waiting for an opportunity to get the hell out of Dodge or Florida in this situation. Thousands are trying to leave the state of Florida, at least leave their city where this Hurricane Milton is predicted to go through. Okay, we got a lot to talk about. There's a lot to uncover, and we are going to get into that conversation. But let me share this with you guys. Let's talk about this article here. We got some videos we're going to look at, so on and so forth. We even had a meteorologist get super emotional while he was talking about Hurricane Milton. When you got your own meteorologist getting all up in his fifis about a hurricane, you know it's really bad. You know how bad it is when your own meteorologist, a veteran, is crying. Let's keep it a buck. That's not a good idea. That's not good. Okay? Just to say. So let's get into this, okay? So of course, this is closing in on Florida as thousands are trying to flee. Again, there is footage on TikTok right now showing highways on a complete lockdown. Now, I'm wondering what the lockdown is for. Like, what's slowing everybody down? Why is it a parking lot on a damn highway? And it's miles and miles and miles of people stuck on the interstate trying to get the hell out of there. And I'm wondering what's the pause? What's stopping these people from being able to get the hell out and quickly? Because apparently this hurricane allegedly is supposed to hit land by tomorrow, if I'm correct. This is what they're claiming right now. So this is not good. This is no bueno, as some might think. So let's get into this. Okay? So I'm going to roll back a little bit because obviously there's a lot of updates that have been going on as of late. Okay? So let me just roll down a little bit. Let's see. Now, of course, there's a lot going on here. Okay. Shoot. This is, and like I said, this is a constant rolling update, just so you guys know. There's constant updates going on as we speak. While we are watching this, or while we are looking at this, every few minutes, there's a new update coming up. Okay. So this is bad, but parts of the Tampa Bay area will lose access to running water starting today. All right. For anyone needing another reason to evacuate, officials in the Tampa Bay area say they are shutting off water service ahead of the Hurricane Milton's arrival. Yeah. There are people that literally jumped on planes a few days ago. I know a couple other content creators as well were like, hey, we hear that this is about to be bad, so we're packing up and we're flying out first thing tomorrow morning. You know, driving to a whole other area and we're going to kick rocks. We're getting in a plane and we're flying as far away from this place as we possibly can. And that's what I think a lot of people, it's crappy because not a lot of people have that ability, right? We don't all have that liberty of just stopping what we're doing and just pack up and leave. A lot of us have jobs. A lot of us have those 9-to-5s, those responsibilities. A lot of us have family members, especially those who aren't able-bodied as well, that you have to worry about trying to get them packed up and trying to get them out as far as possible. So yeah, it's terrible. You know, this is a terrible situation. And the fact that they have shut off today, at least in the Tampa Bay area, that they shut off water service already. I mean, I'm just like, damn. And I get it. And I will say this right now. Let me just keep it a buck with y'all. And just if you didn't catch what I've been saying this entire time, yeah, everybody needs to leave. If you live in Florida, seriously, get out as soon as you can. Please don't stay there. Please, oh God, please. because this bad boy was at a category 5. Yes, you know what? Because I haven't done it in like a 24 hours. We got to use the sound effects. And yes, on TT, you're not going to hear it. Okay. You're not going to hear the sound effects because it's not connected to here. But if you want to watch the full show, that kind of thing, head on over to my YouTube. Okay. Same show title. Just type in the Pascal show. Okay. Over on the YouTubes, and you'll find me there. But if you appreciate it, if you rather be here, hey, enjoy. I'm praying for everybody out there. Okay. Seriously. But if you live in Florida or anywhere near, okay, even in the Panhandle area, I'm telling you, I feel like everyone needs to get the F out of the state as soon as possible. Don't think twice. Don't go, well, maybe it won't hit. No, it will. Rather be safe than sorry, right? Rather be safe and wrong than right and muerte. Let's be real. So please move. I'm not saying don't go back to your home and move out of Florida. I'm just saying leave for a little bit, okay? I'm sure there's a family member that would love to see you. Take a whole week and have a whole bunch of cookouts or barbecues, however you say it, okay? Enjoy it, right? Take this as a little vacay. Paid vacation, hopefully. Hopefully your boss isn't a jerk, okay? This is an act of God. You have no control over it. But just pack up your ish and respectfully kick rocks, okay? And I say that with nothing but love, okay? Because we don't want what happened, okay? We don't want the same stuff that's happening right now to you guys that's happening in Tennessee, in North Carolina. Let's not forget those situations that are going on. It's jacked up. Okay, people are being found in trees and stuff, like literally high up in trees and ish. Okay, I'm seeing nothing but people rescuing cats and dogs and stuff like that. Okay, if you can avoid it, avoid it. I'm really praying for those who aren't able-bodied. All the senior citizens, all the people that are not able-bodied that can't like leave. I'm hoping that there's some sort of that they figured something out, okay? Because this is bad. All right? Okay. Now you get what I'm saying. Just disclaimer, surprise! I'm telling you guys to leave respectfully, okay? Even if you got to ride a bike, I don't care. Okay? Just to get cut through some of this traffic because the traffic's insane. Okay? So, I digress, but let's continue on. You know, I'm not going to read all this stuff, like all of the copy. Okay, I'm going to read some of the some of the titles that pop, that grab my attention. But that is something. Tampa Bay area, they're cutting off water. Okay, I will give more information. I'm going to go up a little bit earlier. Okay. Clearwater mayor warns the residents who choose to stay in evacuation areas risk demise. I mean, literally, they're sitting there going, listen, it's time for you to go, okay? Even the mayor's like, yo, you stay, you gonna probably be gone. Consider yourself deleted by an act of a very, very angry hurricane. Just saying. Okay. So they're the Tampa Electric deploys largest number of utility workers ever. But I don't know why, because ain't nobody doing nothing right now except bracing for impact, which is coming very, very soon. Okay, so Milton strengthens, but is no longer forecast to become a Category 5, which, by the way, in my personal opinion, great news, but I have to cut that because still, no matter what, given the fact that it's dropped down to a Category 4 doesn't mean a damn thing. Let's keep it real. That doesn't mean a damn thing. That's still something going at speeds of 150 miles per hour. That's still a no. You get into a damn car with your belongings and your loved ones, and you get the hell out of Dodge as quickly as possible. Doesn't matter, okay? Now they say while official forecast no longer calls for Milton to re-strengthen back to Category 5, it is expected to remain a powerful Category 4 through the rest of the day and much of tomorrow. So no matter what, it's still bad, baby. It's still bad. It doesn't matter. But see, some people are crazy enough to sit out there running around in tracksuits and making videos on TikToks and all that stuff, sitting there just letting this thing come descend upon them. Please don't be that person. Yeah, I'd rather you do a TikTok later on about how you survived. Your crazy antics on trying to get away from the hurricane. But the fact that you're still alive is what matters. But in the other one with the Helene one, people were sitting there running around in America tracksuits and, putting up Trump flags and everything. I'm like, why are you're wasting so much time when you could be using this precious time to pack your stuff and leave? The hell is wrong with y'all? For a click and a view, that can wait, in my personal opinion. Okay? Let's see. Moving on. Milton will track over exceptionally warm water before its landfall, which is, from my understanding, not a good thing, right? Because that just feeds into the hurricane even more, right? The hot water or the heat, right? So the entire Gulf of Mexico is extremely warm, but some of the warmest water is located where Milton exploded in strength yesterday and near Florida's western coast, where it'll ultimately make landfall. The water near the coast is anywhere from 3.5 to 5.5 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than it should be at this time of year, according to hurricane expert Brian McNulty. So, okay, right before landfall, this was its inner core. Okay, it will pass over some of the warmest water of its entire journey. Okay, warmer than average for this year. So again, this thing could intensify. Yes, it dropped from Category 5 to Category 4. Shoot, I think there was some rumor about this thing saying that it went into a Category 6. Like it was the speeds that were so intense that it went to a Category 6. Now, that was just a rumor, but holy cow. This is one angry mother. Shut your mouth. I'm going to have to grab that in a second. I'll come back to that. So DHS secretary urges Florida residents to evacuate. Yeah. Okay. Department of Homeland Security emphasized that residents in evacuation areas in this hurricane's path, okay, need to follow local orders to get out. We are, of course, very concerned, but we are also prepared and pre-positioned, and we are assisting the state and local authorities. I think the most important message I can communicate is for people to follow the mandatory evacuation orders. If they know of someone who isn't, call them and urge them to do so, and to listen and follow instructions of local officials who know the situation on the ground locally. So again, what are they saying? Been saying it over and over and over again. Get your ish and fill in the blanks. Okay? Here's the latest update in the last 20 minutes. Hurricane Milton expected to be at least $1 billion disaster as number of costly disaster climbs. It hasn't even gotten here yet, baby. And they're already sitting there going like, we already see $1 billion problems. We already see $1 billion in problems, y'all. We already see $1 billion in problems. Yeah, this is so bad. It's like, I'm going to do it. It's like knowing the premise and the breakdown of Joker 2 and then expecting that movie to actually be good. Yeah. So they knew what was going down. Not surprised. Where did that go? It just disappeared on me. Let me try that again. Boom. Yep. Ain't that interesting? Yeah, this is not good, guys. No bueno. No bueno. Okay. We got some serious stuff going on, guys. This is the reason why I was like, okay, we're gonna take a break from the true crime. We're gonna take a break from the diddler, okay? And we're gonna talk about this because this is bad. Okay. And they're expecting really, really bad-ish about to be hit. So they already projected that at least $1 billion disaster, adding to a growing number of such disasters in the U.S., according to a NOAA official. The current tally for $1 billion extreme weather disasters in the U.S. is hovering around 23 or 24 so far this year, according to Adam Smith, who is a climatologist with NOAA, who helps compile the government's count of expensive extreme weather disasters. That number is unofficial and likely to change. Obviously, I mean, the damn thing hasn't even hit yet. And hey, you never know. There might be a miracle that happens. It might go right up to Florida and just stop, just dissipate. I know that's crazy. I know that's a crazy thought, but anything's possible. Okay, I'm erring on the side of a miracle. Okay, and miracles do happen. They don't happen often, but they do happen. Dagnabbit. Okay, that number is unofficial and likely to change. They were tallying the hurricanes Debbie, Helene, and Milton, which NOAA plans to add to the list, and it could possibly also add a separate complex of severe summer storms. So they might be adding tallying other ones on. Now, I also heard that there's a possibility of another doggone potential hurricane coming as well. I'm just like, ain't we in October? Yeah, we in October, and we're dealing with this. It's like this. I don't remember. Maybe I keep forgetting that hurricane season is around this time, but damn, this is some intense stuff, guys. But hold on, let me play a little bit of this for you guys as well. Okay, this is just some updates. We're going to be looking at some live coverage here in a second too.
Area there, that night, Davis Island. We have more coverage today out of Tampa for you.
Local 10's Samir Nafsi joins us live with another look at the evacuations underway and shelters in place for the storm.
Yeah, Cyrus, so we know 11 West Coast counties under a mandatory evacuation. Go ahead and take a look at some of these efforts. Floridians trying to get out of Hurricane Milton's path. You're taking a look at I-4 right now, where you can see nearly bumper-to-bumper traffic. This scene reflective of I-75 earlier this morning. National Guard members escorted by Highway Patrol navigating a congested I-4.
Even if we don't get the 10 to 12 feet of storm surge, we saw all the damage that came from Hurricane Helene just a couple weeks ago, and you do not want to contend with the storm surge for this powerful storm.
We have 2 people that can get on this bus here.
And here on the campus of USF, campus staff telling us they are prepared to transport at least 300 students to a Hillsborough shelter.
I'm a little nervous because it's my first time in a shelter for anything, specifically a hurricane shelter.
I've never been directly hit by a hurricane in my lifetime, so it's definitely quite the experience.
The Johnny Bulai from Jamaica among the students riding out the storm.
I'm an international student, so I have no idea what's going on, so I'm glad that they at least thought of their students.
Want some fruit? Yeah. 2 bottles of water.
Students will remain at the shelter till at least Thursday.
It's hard not to be a little bit worried. The fact that we have to evacuate here is that's enough to get me a little bit worked up.
Meanwhile, at Burnett Middle School.
I've been through torrential rains. I've lived in a desert. I've lived in a jungle, but I've never gone through a Cat 4.
Terry McConnell, one of hundreds opting to seek shelter.
Crazy.
That's scary stuff. Get in cover. If you're not in a substantial building, find one.
Let me just say this again. Seriously, seek cover. Like this is not a joke, guys. And and that's the thing. Like I get it that we all like want to have a good time and all that stuff. All these things are no big deal. A lot of Floridians, maybe back in when Helene what was out here, okay, blowing through the side of the state. People will sit there and just have a good time, make a video or two, run out there by the ocean, and just I don't know, think that they're Aquaman or something. I don't know. But the thing is this is not good. And this could be very potentially extremely dangerous. So pack up your stuff, seek shelter right now. That's it. I think that we can all sit there and agree on that. All right. This is a category 4 right now. This is not just some strong tropical storm. This is a category 4. This is serious. And I will say, Florida is in a world of trouble right now. That's all I got to say. Florida is in a world of trouble right now. We should be acting accordingly and act respectfully towards this doggone hurricane. Okay? Let's be real.
All right, again, just another live look at I-4, and you can just see how busy it is, as well as people driving on the shoulder, turning I-4 into essentially what is now a 4-lane road. People getting out of Hurricane Milton's pathway. Of course, the governor also warning people, as well as Tampa's mayor, to get their evacuation plans in order. We're really getting down to the final hour. We are live in Tampa. I'm Super.
Let me just say this too. And I'm hoping that there's maybe some back roads, maybe some roads that aren't on the interstate, that maybe there's some other ways that you can get as far out of there as possible without having to be stuck in that congestion. That's the only other thing I can think of, because this is not it's not good. This is bad. This is bad. Like I said, Florida is in a world of trouble. I think we can all agree on that. Hold on one second, guys. Just getting something here. I also want to share this too while I'm pulling something else up here really quick. It says here, okay, Hurricane Milton latest. So the beaches, Tampa's beaches and downtown lie eerily deserted as apocalyptic superstorm approaches city. Okay, so it's expected to hit landfall. It's expected to hit Tampa Bay Wednesday night. So tomorrow night is when everything's supposed to be hitting down or getting hit. Winds of up to 175 miles per hour, and a storm surges up to 15 feet expected. 6 million people are under hurricane warnings. Biden warns it could be the worst storm to strike the U.S. in 100 years. So they are expected to return. So this hurricane's expected to return to a Category 5 status today as it hurtles through the Gulf of Mexico towards Florida's west coast. So the current Category 4 tropical storm is set to make landfall in Tampa around Wednesday evening, but its outer rings will be wreaking a trail of destruction across much of the state through Tuesday. So bringing 155 mile per hour winds, a storm surges of up to 15 feet to major cities, including Orlando, Tampa, Fort Myers. Experts have warned Milton is expected to be even more destructive than Hurricane Helene. So again, this is bad. Okay, period. And Black Anonymous just asked this, and I wouldn't say it's a random question, but I did hear about him refusing to take phone calls from the president and VP, and I'm wondering why. Like, I don't know. I think that's a little bit ridiculous in my personal opinion. Okay, I get it. They have their own political, the political different sides of the political spectrum and all that stuff, but at the same time, nah, I think it's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, no, I'm not taking a phone call from the I think it's stupid. That's just my personal opinion. That's not me being biased. It's not me sitting on the fence. I'm not pro one side or the other. I just think that it's two entities. You are the one who is the leader of Florida and the leader of America, and the vice leader of America want to reach out to you. I just think that's kind of reckless in my personal opinion. That's just me. Okay. That's just my thoughts. Especially this has to do with everyone. This is everyone. Political, not political. You know what I mean? This is everyone, but it is what it is. Like I said, everyone's going to have some people like, damn right. You know what I mean? Don't take any assistance from the president. Like what? I don't know. I think that's reckless. Hold on, guys. I had something and now it's gone. Hold on. Where could it be? Where the heck is it? That's annoying. Where the heck did it? Oh, there it is. Okay. 1 second, guys. Trying to pull up WFLA because they've been doing some good coverage on this hurricane and everything too. Hold on, pulling this up. Boom. I pull this back.
The wind in Pasco, southern Pasco said so, probably Newport Richey. You're looking like you're looking at wind gusts over 90 miles per hour, so 90 to 100 at least. It really all depends on what kind of windows you have, but I don't know, that's borderline. And if there's a projectile, something that really gets blown around and smashes into your window, then you're really in big trouble. If you don't feel safe, or your house isn't up to code, is it can't withstand a category 2 or category 3, then I would try to get out of there if you can.
Next up in the queue, Colton.
Hold on really quick. So my thing is this, and I feel like this should be every person, but I mean, I get it. Some people just can't move, like because of work and whatnot. But I keep wondering, like, if you know that it's going to be a big storm, it's not like, or a big hurricane. Why aren't people just getting up and going? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the one thing I just don't get. Why would they not do everything they can to move their tuchus out there as quickly as possible? I mean, that's just what I think. Pack up your stuff and go. Not like, oh, let's just stick around and just see what happens. Even so, it's like, oh yeah, the winds and and I don't know what the question was on this, but of course it's like, oh, but the wind though, if the wind gusts is such and such, you think I could just still stay in my home? It's like, no, you got winds, strong winds of a certain amount. No, get the hell out of there. That's it. That's it. So to me, it's like, meh, nah. I aside from financials or the inability to physically move, okay, I just don't understand the reason why any person would automatically go, oh yeah, let's just stick around. It's going to be just fine. Not, I mean, that's just me though. I'll be the one who's, like I said, rather be wrong and alive than right and muerte. Just me. That's just me. Okay.
Hashtag AJB. Do you think it has any chance of making landfall as a Category 4 storm?
Yeah, I just don't see it. I think the chance is very, very, very slim. I think it's a greater chance that it would be a strong 2 than a 4, but it's most likely going to be right in the middle, a Category 3 major hurricane making landfall.
That's very interesting. His theory is it's going to drop. And we've heard those stories too, where it'll be like a Category 4 and everyone's like, oh, snap. Oh, here it comes. Hold on to your butts. And then all of a sudden it drops. It'll drop down to a 2 or something like that. And you're like, dang, it was at a 4 just a second ago, a couple miles away. And now it's a 2. Oh, thank God the sweet baby Jesus is on our side, and I'm hoping that that's the case, right? I really, really hope that's the case, that this drops considerably and everyone's just like, yeah, okay, it was just a really strong storm. Woo. We had nothing to worry about. But like I said, rather you guys be safe than sorry. Let's hear what you got to say. But that's interesting. His theory is that it will drop. But we're also hearing in other reports that it's flying or it's going over very warm water. And that could feed the hurricane even more. It's like throwing logs in a fire, right? So it could do that. Rev the bad boy back up again. But we'll see what happens, right?
Let's see here. We've got a couple of more coming into the queue, guys. Hot loading in questions with hashtag HeyJB and hashtag Hey Eric. Man, all right, Sean, I don't like where your head's at. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like this question. Sean Hall on Facebook Live. Hashtag HeyJB. Is it possible for this hurricane to come back and hit again? So what's interesting about this, and if you can bring up the track, Eric, it does emerge into the Atlantic Ocean as a Category 1 hurricane, but where does it go from there? Where does it turn?
It's basically following a front, and it becomes what we call extratropical, meaning there's no chance whatsoever. It's just not going to happen. No way. Okay. This thing's it's beelining into the Atlantic, and it's just going to keep on moving east.
Rodney Garcia, you're up next on Tracking the Tropics with hashtags for us both. Is there a nearby studio you guys can temporarily move to, or will the entire news team be riding out the storm in downtown Tampa? We get this question a lot here at WFLA, the Stream Center located right on the Hillsborough River in beautiful downtown Tampa. We're right really on Tampa Bay itself, really right. The river, of course, goes right into the bay. And so we do have a backup location, and decisions being made here. They are fluid, pun not intended. And so we
hold on, it won't pause
until we are given.
No, y'all need to get the hell out of there too, JB. What the hell? Get the hell out of there, man. Man, they're staying that. Man, that's scary. I'm hoping he's getting a bonus. I'm hoping he's getting paid a bonus, man, because that is crazy. Okay, someone just asked, what category was Katrina? I'm trying to find out right now. Someone asked that question. I'm like, yeah, that's a good question. What category was? Interesting. Hurricane Katrina was categorized as a Category 5 at its peak intensity. When it made landfall in August 29th of 2005 near New Orleans, it was a Category 3. So it hit a 5, okay, at its peak intensity, but it was at a category 3 when it hit landfall. And let me tell you something. We all know what happened in New Orleans with Hurricane. Let's not forget that. So at its peak, it was at a 5. Okay. At its peak, it was at a 5. And then when it hit land, it was a 3. And it still was jacked up. Still a really, really bad hurricane. Let's not forget that. But what's crazy to me right now is that JB and his team are still in the building right now as we speak. They need to get the hell out of there. They need to jump on a plane. Well, maybe not a plane at this point. I don't know, a helicopter, something. They need to go somewhere, and they need to get there fast. Okay? But they need to, wow, I'm surprised that they're still there. Because you realize that the longer you wait, the more there's going to be. Am I the only one who's even my all these things up. Crazy, guys. Crazy. Let's see if it plays. There we go.
The notice to move. And,
I mean,
and our backup location is, I think, 50 miles inland, something like that.
Yeah, we're not worried about any kind of storm surge. With Helene being so far off the coast, the water outside was 3 feet deep on our streets, and we were kind of on an island here. Now, if we added another, that was about 7 foot of storm surge. If we add another 7 foot, I think at worst case scenario, we would start to see water coming in, maybe the front doors, right on the first floor. But this is a 4-story building. The construction is solid. And so, we would be fine here on the second floor.
This building is a concrete fortress. It just happens to be located in a really vulnerable spot.
Right, exactly.
And so we are located in the Stream Center on the second floor. Our Track in the Tropics super fans out there, if you will, they might remember that during Helene coverage, the night that Helene hit, every room at WFLA lost power except for this one.
Yeah.
We were on a battery backup that allowed us to not only be live online, but to simulcast on the airwaves on local TV on WFLA News Channel 8, your NBC station here in Tampa, Florida. And so the Stream Center was this beacon of hope, if you will, that we were. Look back at the video. We showed how the entire newsroom went dark. It was eerie.
It was something else,
something we had never seen before. And so it'll be very curious to see what the station strategy is with us as far as whether or not we're going to the backup location or if we're staying here in the Stream Center. Our safety is at the top of the priority list, and really the only thing on the priority list when it comes to making sure that employees are being cared for. What I mean is that we're going to do the very best that we can by our staff here. And our signal, we will get it out in some capacity, whether via the Stream Center or the backup location. We're going to do everything that we can to stay on, but our safety is of paramount importance.
And obviously, while we're here, we're way far away from any windows. We're on the second floor. I'm not concerned about our safety here. It's the power situation, as well as can you get out, right? If this thing, does track north and it's 12, 13, 15 foot of storm surge, obviously we'd be trapped, right? JB, we wouldn't be in danger.
It's crazy.
But we wouldn't be able to get out for a little while. Obviously that surge would recede 12, 18 hours. We'd be able to walk outside, whatever. And we have a huge parking garage here. So,
it's crazy to think that they are still there. But, I will say this, shout out to WFLA out in Tampa for holding it down. You know what I mean? For staying there and going through that whole thing. I mean, that's That's some really, really wild and scary stuff. Let's keep it real. You know what I mean? We got more we're going to be looking at, but please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Do what it do, please and thank you. Okay? I would not stay. If I was JB, I would have been already in a car way outside of the area. I'd be gone. I'd be like, listen, I could do this job remotely. You understand? So I'm going to get me and my fam in my car, and we're going to go over there, and we can do it remotely. How's that? All right. Sound good? Okay. I'm no, I'm not. I couldn't do it. Sorry. I'm out. Okay. But shoot, that's pretty amazing stuff. Zozo Bob said, Pascal, I'm in the path on the east coast of Florida and can't leave, no car. So I will ride this out here. The Indian River is 3 blocks from me. Hey, man, Zozo Bob, please be safe out there, man. Okay? Please be safe out there. Everybody who's in the path of this Milton, okay? Please be safe, because this is scary. Okay? You know, or you never know, right? This could drop down to a 1. You never know. It could dissipate before it gets to before it hits land. I'm hoping that that's the case, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen, right? So all I say is, please be safe. Or if you are in the path of this, I say, if you can get into a car, if you can get a ride, if you can get a hookup of any kind, please go. Okay? Because anything is possible. This thing could get more and more intense. In fact, the question was a good point. Like, what are the chances of this hurricane coming back? Also, you got to remember, just because it hits landfall, hits Florida and goes through the east side, through the west side, and goes through the east side, doesn't mean that it can't turn, make a left, and go all the way up on the east coast. You never know. You see what I'm saying? We don't know how intense or how bad this bad boy can really get. We don't know if the direction of this hurricane could, as soon as it hits landfall in Florida, it can head north. It can start heading north on the land. You never know. Or stay on the coast and just on the west coast of Florida and go straight up north. You know what I mean? Hitting up a little bit of Georgia and maybe going back. You just never know, right? You just never know. So all I say is, if you can get as far away from this guy, but if you can get as far away from this monster, I feel like that is the better for you. Okay. And that's the better for all of us, right? Because you're here to join in the chat, talk to us, have a great time, be around your loved ones, and all that stuff. You live to fight another day. I know writing it out, some people just have to do it. I just wish it wasn't in the cards for a lot of y'all. Okay, so if you find any other alternative, because I mean, even so, it hits landfall, and I don't know how long or how fast this thing is moving and how fast it can get to the east side of Florida. But all I can say is, like, hey, if there's a possibility of, like, if this gives you an extra day, maybe just reach out to that friend that maybe can circle back, pick you up, and drive you further north or down south. You know what I mean? Just away from the path of this hurricane. I think that would be better than nothing, right? Than just quote unquote riding it out. Okay. We all want everybody here. Okay. I'm praying for you guys. I don't want that to happen. You know, I don't like hearing my boy Zozo Bob sitting out there. I don't like that. You know what I mean? Because if that's happening to you, Zozo Bob, that means that's happening to a lot of other people too. And that doesn't make me feel comfortable at all. I'm praying for you. Okay. And I'm praying for everybody else too. Real talk.
Our vehicles, and I do stress this because, as people know, I lost my vehicle in Fort Lauderdale last year with a freak 20 inches of rain in 6 hours that just happened to, fall where I parked. So, even in a backup location, I'm concerned that, hey, is my car going to be in the elements? I know here it's going to be in the parking garage, so I'm not worried about it. And I do stress to people that are maybe not in an evacuation zone, maybe your house is on stilts. Maybe, you know, you're on the second floor, yet your car is at ground level, obviously, and it's outside the elements. You know, and my friend lost his car from Chicago at Reddington Beach. And I, you know, I said, hey, you know, move the car, move the car. Oh, it's never flooded in so many years. And I'm telling you, this could be, and most likely, a once in a lifetime, in your lifetime event so far. Obviously, we pray that this doesn't continue to happen, but it hasn't happened in so long. And so places that haven't flooded and you think, oh, my car's fine, my vehicle's fine. It's no fun losing a vehicle. It takes a long time. You got to rent a car for several months. It takes a long time for that insurance to you know, to come in to where you could get another vehicle. It's not worth it. If you just take the time to get your car out of the open, out of the elements, and out of any possibility of storm surge or flooding, you got to do it.
Let's see here. Judy is next up in our hashtag base queue. Hashtag Hey Eric. Is it coming from west to east? It's actually now moving northeast, right?
Well, I mean, it's moving east northeast. So east is 90 degrees. All right, in a compass. So you draw a circle. The top is north. That's 0 degrees. And you know the east is 90 degrees. So northeast is 45 degrees. East northeast is somewhere in between. So
No, but as you're hearing this though, right? This is that's you see what I'm saying here. And I just saw a comment which is devastating to say, but very good point though too. If you're going to stay in the area of any kind, if you're anywhere in the path of this devastation that's looming, yes, ma'am, I am has a good point here. Pin information on your babies just in case. That really kills me. But yes, definitely, even on yourself as well. Okay, I'm just saying, for those of y'all who are going to stick around and just soldier through and just sit through it, please have things near you. I mean, I hate to even say it like that, but I'd rather you guys be safe, and safe and sound. But that is a good point to put out here, real talk, because this is some scary stuff, y'all. And again, nothing can happen. You never know. Come Wednesday, come tomorrow, maybe nothing will happen, right? Yeah, Jessa on TikTok, you know, write the info on your arms. If you got a permanent marker or something like that, maybe put it on, you know, write that information on your arms, you know, on your person somewhere, you know what I mean? Just in case. And I know that sounds really, really messed up, but this is not good. The other thing I want to point out, though, just to make this abundantly clear, as he said, at first it was just heading east. Now it's going northeast, right? Now it's changed the direction just a little bit. It's not like it's just done a drastic 180, right? It's not like it just hit a Yui randomly out of nowhere. No, but its trajectory is changing. It's shifting a tiny bit. That's why I'm saying, like, guys, you know, you just don't know where this thing is going. It could literally go straight. It could literally just, instead of going towards Tampa, it could literally start hitting towards the panhandle. You don't know, right? So be safe. That's why I'm saying, like, everybody in Florida should leave. Kick rocks. That's it. This thing is unpredictable. Milton is unpredictable. Who decides the names of these hurricanes? Who goes, okay, that one's called Milton. Why? Why? Like, you know, like, yeah, I'm calling her Katrina or Helene. Why? Who does it? Who names them? I'd like to know.
Oh, you know, if you draw a circle and you draw a straight line to the east or to the right, that's 90 degrees. A little bit north of that is east northeast. So it's not moving northeast yet. It's moving north of east. Okay. And, you know, according to our wobble tracker, it may be moving straight east because, you know, now it's, you know, 1230, 1240, and it's looking like, you know, the eye is definitely south of that track. So, you know, whether it's a wobble or it's, a movement, that remains to be seen. But the way I'm looking at it, it's definitely appearing to move to the south of that 4.
Let's get one more hashtag based question in, and then we've got a lot of smiling faces to show on Tracking the Tropics. Let's go next to Tropical Zach.
Oh,
Tropical Zach. Okay, Tropical Zach on YouTube. I think the jury's still out on this one, Zach. Which hurricane was the worst to happen in 20? Milton hasn't even hit yet.
Right.
So,
right. Milton ain't even here yet.
I think the biggest difference, Eric, is
where
Milton. Right.
Yeah. So for Florida, Milton is the worst storm to hit this year. For obviously
when it hits, like, see, that's the thing. Even what we read earlier, they're projecting a $1 billion amount in damages in Florida alone. And I'm sitting here going like, baby, the man hasn't even showed up yet. He hasn't even gotten it. He hasn't even pulled up into the driveway of Florida. He ain't even there yet. He's got a whole other more than 24 hours. Okay. A little bit more than just 24 hours to get to Florida. He's expected to hit landfall tomorrow night. Hasn't even been, it's not even 24 hours yet. And they out here saying, oh yeah, it's going to be $1 billion worth of damage in the state. I tell you what, so bad. It's so bad. We got to put a B on it. B for bad. B for a billion. Come on. How do we know? Anything's possible. It might hit and just dissipate. Only hit $1,000 worth of damage. Only hit and mess up one jacked up car. You just never know. But they're already projecting billions of dollars worth of damage. Just saying, it's a bit, I'm trying to err on the side of like, maybe this guy, maybe this particular one, because, it's not Helene, it's Milton. So it is, I guess it identifies as a he. So this one, he may change his mind. He may be really angry. And then finally, by the time he gets to Florida, he's like, I'm tired. And just disappear. Okay. That's it. But we'll see.
Folks in Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Milton Helene is the worst to hit. But remember, Helene hit such a small population in Florida. But again, still affected a lot of people. But this is affecting tens of millions of people, because not only is it affecting Tampa, it's affecting Orlando. And again, 2 of the 5 biggest cities, right, in Florida when you account Miami and Jacksonville. So this is affecting more people in Florida and devastating more people in Florida.
All right, so maybe another satellite image in here. No, it's still 12:30.
Yeah,
we'll monitor this. In the meantime, what we're going to do as we get close to the lunch break, we encourage everyone to take care of themselves, eat well, hydrate a lot, care for your pets, bring in your pets, and so make sure that you're doing your very best by you and your family. And yes, of course, that includes your 4-legged friends or your pets at home. All right, I'm literally at.
Okay. So yeah, obviously this is some crazy. Okay. So obviously there's a lot going on, with this hurricane. We still don't know what's really going on as far as with how intense it's going to be, where it is going to end up landing. I mean, clearly we already know that it's going to be Tampa, like the Tampa area, west side of Florida. But we don't know anything further than that. I mean, yes, there's predictions of its of where it's going to hit and where it's going to go and all that stuff. But at the same time, there is no solidified plan. They know it's going to be the left side of Florida. That's it. The west coast of Florida. And then when it lands, it's going to land, and it's probably going to do its thing. It's going to make its presence known. Milton has some things to say. Now, the question is, what's going to happen after it gets past Florida? Is it going to get even worse? Is it going to stop? Anything's possible. We don't know yet. Okay? We just don't know yet. But I will say this, though. I'm going to keep an eye on this and let you guys know if there's any new updates revolving around this, because obviously, I'm going to keep an eye on this, and I'm still going to keep an eye on this. There may be another video later on this evening, just talking about this storm, or this situation, this hurricane, because it's coming. This thing is coming, and then when it does hit landfall, you never know. Like I said, it may be stronger, it may be weaker. We're still going to be hovering around this, but I have to say this. And I have to really urge every single last one of you guys that are watching on all these different platforms right now. Okay. If you know of anybody, if you know anybody that lives in those areas, please call them. Please make sure that they're getting the hell out of there. Okay. Urge those people to get the hell out of there if they actually can get the hell out of there. The other thing I will say too is that for those of y'all who are actually there and are still trying to find a way to get the heck out of there, maybe try calling some friends, calling some people, loved ones, whatever that may be in the area that can help you seek refuge. Okay? That's literally it. Pack up your stuff. Get the hell out. Respectfully, kick rocks. Okay? Please. You know what? This is so right. Okay? Jess G, hopefully I'm saying that right. Okay? You can't stand your ground against a hurricane. You really can't. I don't recommend you even try. How's that? Okay? In all your worldly possessions, okay? You can't take it with you. And you definitely, for sure, can't protect it in a situation like this. So all I can say is, all those things that you love that may be destroyed by the time you get back. Well, one thing is for sure, you can always buy a new one. And hey, you're the one who's irreplaceable, not that TV, not that computer, and all that stuff. So that's why I say, unless you're able to pack that stuff up, by all means, pack that ish and kick rocks. But as long as you are kicking rocks, right? So please. This is the time to get out and get going. You got time left. There's 24 hours plus left before this thing hits the ground, before it hits possibly your neck of the woods. I ask you to please, I urge you guys to please continue packing or calling friends. Again, if you have friends, family, or anything in that area, please call them. Please check in on them. Make sure that they're getting their stuff and getting the hell out of there. Okay? Because like I said, if they're more concerned, you got to remind them that those worldly possessions, those items are all replaceable. They really, really are. But their lives are not. So please tell them to pack up and seek refuge. Get out while you still can. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all. Thank you so much for being here. It really, really means a lot. I'm going to keep an eye on this. We still got a lot to cover revolving around this. It doesn't hit ground until tomorrow evening. We will be talking about it when things really do start happening even more. So I'll keep an eye on this. If there's new developments and all that, trust and believe we will be talking about it. Okay? I guarantee you we'll be talking about it. Okay? But please do me a favor before you head out. because it helps the show, helps other people get the word. It helps get the word out there about this hurricane. Hit that like button down below, please and thank you. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms like the TikTok, like Rumble. If you're watching on those platforms, please be sure to hit that reaction button or that like button down below. Please don't forget, follow me on Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Rumble. I'm on all those platforms. So follow, become a follower. That'd be amazing. Don't forget to subscribe here on my main channel. Go to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Become a subscriber over there as well. I'm covering a lot of stuff over there. Got 3 new videos that just dropped before and while we were live on this show. Meteorologist, a veteran meteorologist, crying, talking about this hurricane. Go check it out over there on the secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips, and a bunch of updates revolving around the diddler. So go check it out. And I'm sure we'll be live we will be live because there's some other things that we need to talk about that revolve around the Diddy case and all that. We will be talking about that for sure. Okay, so subscribe. Make sure those bells are set to all on both channels so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, because it is random. Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon if you want to support. I got Patreon and I got locals, and they're both. Well, patreon.com/The Pascal Show, locals.com/The Pascal Show. And of course, let's not forget to check out pascalmerch.com. pascalmerch.com. Go check those things out. It's about that time. It's hoodie season. So go check out my hoodies and all that stuff. We got some really, really great stuff over there. Okay. Handcrafted, made by yours truly, like this hoodie right here. Go check it out. Show some love. Be a part of the family. And enjoy the clothing. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Stay safe out there, guys, please. And if there's any updates, trust me, we will be on to talk about those things very, very soon. Okay? But it's time to get going. Much love to you guys. Stay safe, stay warm, stay hydrated, and we'll talk soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.